So, if you just watched the making of the cornhole boards, and you're like me and want to make all the components of this game, then now it's time to make the bags. Start with a yard of 2 separate colors of duck fabric. It sells by the yard, and a yard is plenty. I purchased 2 yards at JON'S Fabrics. It was on sale for $5 a yard. We are going to start by cutting your first strip at 7 inches wide. Do this 4 times, twice with each color. Now cut each of your 4 strips at 13 inches. When complete, you should have 8 individual rectangles. Now take your rectangles to the ironing board and iron all creases out. Then fold each rectangle perfectly in half and iron a crease at the folded end. Take a ruler and lay it onto your square. Measure 6 inches from the folded end to the open end and then fold back the open end over the ruler and iron down a crease. Do this to both sides of the square. You will need to repeat this process all 8 times until all squares are folded and pressed. I am going to separate out the colors and sew all colors in their corresponding thread colors. I will use the same color on the bobbins as well, but it's not really needed until we are closing them up for good. You can use a pencil for the yellow, but for the black, a piece of chalk works best. Place your ruler on the square and make 6 inches centered. This should give you a ½ inch on each side if your strips were correctly cut at 7 inches earlier. Starting at the flap, sew the flap down and continue on to the crease at the bottom. Then spin around and sew back, keeping as close to the first line as possible. Repeat this process until the thread color needs to be changed and all squares are complete. The next step is easy. Get some cracked corn. I guess that's why they call it cornhole. I found a 10-pound bag for $4 at TSC. Each bag needs to be 1 pound in total. So to make it easy, I just place my bags on the scale one at a time and fill it until I get about 16 ounces. Or if your scale is in pounds, 1 pound. If you don't have a kitchen scale, you can use measuring cups. Fill each bag with 2 1/4 cups. That should be about right. Once each bag has the proper amount, take some straight pins and close them off. Push down the cracked corn and try to push the pins in as close to the center as possible. You will need as much extra space as possible when you attempt to close each bag with the sewing machine. Now back to the sewing machine. Sew each end up and back 1 time, and don't forget to change out the thread and bobbin color to match each bag. Once you complete all 8, you are ready to start throwing. It only takes a few games before the bags stretch a little and the corn breaks into smaller pieces. You will see this occurring as the corn dust starts coming through the fabric. But now you at least have a competition ready board and competition weight ready bags. So let's go play. As always, thanks for watching. Hit that subscribe button. And if you missed the making of the boards, click above.